Hello, and welcome to another episode of Harper Kit is Talking. Luck, Mary Kill. I am Witchy Mitchy, and as always, we are joined by Jordan, Sarah, Susie, Akisho, and Dan.
We don't hear you. Yes, I don't.
Are we still on Push to Talk?
We are on Push to Talk in Discord, and I was doing the intro while I was on the OBS screen still so that I could keep our stuff rolling for the purposes of the stream. But yes, without further ado, I believe we were last week on the high seas with Rimchim, Bonnie, Will... I'm not looking at the screen. Malachi and Ezra.
Right. The sea sprite crests the turquoise waves as the sun has been rising for some time and sets fire to the horizon in front of you. A head carved into the cliffs of amber sandstone, and by the gleaming sea is the bustling port town of Shermayon. You'll hear gulls crying in the hot wind. The arbor is alive with ships, corsairs, bulky merchants, galleons, planks, wharf house, warehouses, all of the sorts you'd see at a typical bustling dock, such as Shermayon, a town which many of those experienced sailors like Malachi and Ezra may have visited before. As your boat begins to come into the docks, as if waiting for you specifically, you see what looks to be the dockmaster approaching your boat as it docks here, with the gangplank being hoisted over to you and your boat, the Sea Sprite. Dockmaster and his assistant approach and addressing the boat in general, expecting someone to approach and respond. He goes, "All right, so Sea Sprite, it looks like I'll be needing your ship manifest, including what you're holding and what your passenger lists will be like. Who's got that for me?" And he looks around expectantly.
Yeah. Who has the paperwork?
Does anyone have a good way to negotiate this situation?
Oh, that's Dockmaster Briv Luster, by the way. And here's my assistant. He's just copying just about everything we do, just to live up to this same role one day. There are other ways of providing a ship manifest, as he motions to his pocket like he seemingly has done before.
Does anyone have money?
He
What's the
grabs his assistant's head and he just twirls him around, facing the other direction. And the assistant puts his pen and paper in his mouth and grabs cotton and stuffs his ears, as he's done several times before. And Briv comes over and says, it's like 10 silver.
Alright. Ezra walks up and digs in his pocket, pulls out 10 silver. Alright, so here is the manifest that you were looking for. I'm sure you'll find that everything is in order.
Why, thank you. And he pockets the silver, his pocket clearly jingling with having done the same transaction other times today. And he goes to write down your ship's name, and then he pauses and he says, "Now, is the Sea Sprite docking today?" And he's motioning, trying to basically say, do you want him to write down your boat's name?"
That's a very good question. Because it's just the what 4?
Yeah, it's
5 of
just
us on this boat, right?
it's just the 4 of you. Yeah, that's right.
Would we
5. Sorry,
prefer
5.
to?
There's 2 of you in one camera. I forgot.
Would we prefer to have? Would we prefer to have our a traveling name listed while we're in dock?
It doesn't have to be anything permanent. We could just go with something for today.
All right. I don't know. Put down the Trailblazer pulled in.
The Trailblazer it is. And he writes down the Trailblazer on his docket. Motions over to an old man wearing the pirate equivalent of overalls, sitting on a chair near the end of the pier. He says, "We'll make sure none of the riffraff get on your boat there, and may you have a welcome visit to Shermaya." And
Thank you very kindly.
he taps the assistant's head twice, and the assistant unplugs his ears and takes his pen and paper back out and follows the dock master back down the pier.
That was business as usual.
Sounds about
Where
correct.
to next?
I think we discussed finding a larger vessel and more equipment.
So perhaps to the merchant area.
Well, what do we have us going for? I have quite a few gold pieces, actually. But if we're looking for something bigger to actually buy something, maybe not that much.
Or perhaps we could take on the job that the Trailblazer could do.
Yeah, that just first thing popped into my head. Yeah.
I imagine buy equipment,
I
steal
guess.
a ship.
Is
the
a
plan.
couple of options we have here. I do like the idea. Do like Barney's idea. Trying to find some work. With our range of talents, I'm sure somebody can use our help.
I'm sure someone would like to know what the hell went on back there.
I don't know anyone's going to believe us. I'd rather pay a man 10 silver than tell him what happened and have him not believe us.
Do we want to look at ships first, or do we want to head into town?
Is the dockmaster still hanging around, or did he walk off?
He walked off towards the shore, and he just seems to be sort of sitting in his little. I'd say it's an office. It has an open, a pass-throughable window.
So, like a vintage lemonade stand on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I will make my way off of the ship and walk over to him. Pardon me. Is there, say, any work for a small crew that you know of or have heard of?
Yes, in fact, we have a job posting board right here, just down the dock, before you reach the stairs up into the main town area. We've got a few job boards, job postings on that board there.
All right. Is anybody else gonna follow, or was anybody else with me when I went over to ask him if there were jobs?
I'd follow behind you.
Yeah, I will.
Oh yeah, I thought we were all behind you.
So I'm gonna go look at the job board. Do I need to roll investigation or anything, or is it just plainly there?
It's just plainly there. Let me pull it up.
Seems like you were right. There are plenty of opportunities for us.
We're going to stick together. We probably should come up with who does what for us. I mean, your friend here did a good job talking to the harbor master, but is he the one who should be doing that for us?
You hear over the, pun intended, the job postings in Shermayon, and you see ones such as missing cat. You see a stolen brew recipe. One labeled haunting sounds, mysterious drownings, odd weather patterns, broken violin. And among those jobs, you also see one for a sorry, I'm pulling it up. I just had it. There it is. Missing sheep. Of all of those, it seems that these are anywhere from rewarding of like 25 gold to 100 gold. The 100 gold being for the missing sheep. It says 25 for any clue and 100 gold for a permanent solution. And things like the missing cat offers 25 gold. There's the broken violin, which is 50 gold. And there's odd weather patterns, 20 gold. Mysterious drownings, which is 50 gold, and haunting sounds, 30 gold.
Take 8 tit for 100.
Would anyone object to taking the haunting sounds and perhaps also the mysterious drownings?
Yeah. Drowning. Like,
Sounds right.
I mean, like the mer people we just dealt with?
Yeah, you might be right. That could be the mystery in and of itself.
What does the broken violin person want? Someone to just fix it?
How exactly would one look into odd weather patterns?
It specifically says that found a broken violin washed ashore with strange markings. Its music haunts my dreams. Reward 20 gold pieces for taking it off my hands.
So wait. We get 20 gold and a violin that's haunted?
It appears so.
I'm not going to use that DMPC plot hook.
I don't know, man. That seems like bad vibe.
But I know it's my favorite price, though. I get the goods and the money back. I get paid to take the goods.
I mean, if
Look,
none of us touch it, would it be a problem?
and who's to say we even have to keep it? Once we take it off their hands, we pitch it.
Just have them drop it in a bag and then throw it overboard with rocks.
There we go. 'Cause, I don't know about you, but I don't want anybody hunting this old shell. So, mysterious drownings and creepy sounds. Sounds like. At least for starters, anyway.
Right back to sea.
So which one are you pursuing first?
So, what does the haunting sound say, and what does the what's the full text on the this mysterious drownings?
Are they connected?
Mysterious drownings. It says fishers missing. 3 fishers disappeared near Brine's Cove. Strange lights were seen the same night. Reward 50 gold pieces, sorry, for any information. For the haunting sounds, it says help. Strange melodies echo from the cliffs at night. Locals are scared and the shipments are delayed. Reward 30 gold pieces. From Captain Rourke.
Shipments are delayed. You'd think it might be worth more to them than 30 gold pieces if we could negotiate.
Time is money, and if we can put some more money in their pockets, they can put some more money in our pockets.
Most interesting.
And
So,
did we determine what the drowning said?
It's, 3 fishers missing.
Yeah.
Brian's Cove, strange lights seen that night.
This
That's right.
doesn't even actually list drownings. This just says that they're missing.
Yeah, does it not show? Does it not say that they were recovered?
It doesn't specifically say drownings. It just says fishers missing. Fishermen's mission.
Oh, I thought it. I don't know. I thought I heard mysterious drownings.
That's what the title says. That's correct.
Oh, okay. So interesting. It just almost sounds like they've given up on these people. Maybe they're out stranded on a mini island somewhere.
Maybe their souls have become one with the ocean.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Wherever souls go when they aren't powering these meat bags anymore.
Well,
All right,
Go
so
with it quick and easy. Start. We just get this violin.
Let's stop and get a sack first. I don't want to touch something that has been a
We could try
problem
and
for
fix
someone
it.
else.
We could attempt to fix it.
that might require you touching it. So, not too sure about that.
We deal a lot with curses in Orleans.
Yes, I would have to touch it to do this spell, but I'd have to touch it for a full minute, actually.
Well, where are we now? Are we like we're still at the dock area, or are we like near a city center?
You're just down the stairs from the beginnings of the city center. The dock leads up onto a massive stone wall that the city center sort of levels out with to keep from high tide and not high tide, sorry, potential high storm waves from getting too damaging of the main coast. And you can see the beginnings of stalls and merchant tents starting towards the beginnings of the city center from here.
It's just a port town. Almost everything's by the port.
I feel like we've wandered into Thebes from Hercules. It's the town with a million problems.
Oh goodness.
Whereabouts is this, by the way? Like we left a place that was essentially San Francisco for us.
Yes, you're now in essentially Los Angeles.
I was thinking, are we in LA?
Funny little word quip.
Oh,
Los
you haven't
Angeles.
had Taco Day until you've had an LA Taco Day.
LA taco.
Los Angeles is the angels. I just went and found the Greek word for the messengers, which also translates to angels, and Shermion is where that came from.
Right.
Oopa.
So do you head into town, or do you go along the coast, try and find
Not
this
hiking.
violin, or are we going after the missing fisherman, or
Or South Central.
Well, I don't. None of you are wanted in this town, as far as you know, right?
All of my debts get paid pretty quickly right after.
Well, then, let's head on
As
into
I know,
town,
not to anybody
pick
anymore.
up some supplies and a sack for the violin. Take care of those two tasks. Head out, grab the violin.
Did any of these mention time
What
of
time of
day
day
when
was
these
it?
might have happened so that we can figure out what is going to be pertinent next?
time of day is in when the events happened?
Like the haunting sounds that does it say if it happened at night or anything like that?
The haunting sounds, yes, it does say they happen at night specifically.
It's always at
And
night.
And what time of day
the,
is it now?
it's just begun. It's just past sunrise. So it'd be maybe like sunrise is usually at like what 7 something. So maybe like 8 or 9 in the
Time of
morning.
year.
So we can wait on the haunting sounds, so that helps take one down. What do you lot say?
The violin is haunting someone's dreams, so that's also probably nighttime.
I figure we get the violin and
Well,
we
the
worry
thing
about it.
is, I don't think they want to have any more of those dreams. I think they want us to come and take the violin away.
The missing sheep are like worth the most, though.
If anyone touches it, it should be rim job. I imagine you already
Yeah,
have
I'll touch
very
it, man.
lucid dreams as it is.
So I would say we make the violin the priority in evening. We make the arrangements for the haunting sounds relatively soon and then go to it at night. But as for the morning, we could go get the sack. We could go see what is going on with the sheep. Or we could go see why people have gone missing.
Or the cats. Cats have gone missing as well, and they're worth a fair amount.
So animals from size of cat to sheep are missing.
A single cat, though, that's
Thing, that means, things, people, and animals. From if we
I mean,
count
cats
the
go missing. They
farmers
just
included.
decide to fuck off one day.
So you're
I mean,
saying
you're
it could
right
be all
about
three
cats,
things are
but-
caused by the same predator.
I mean,
Maybe
it's
there's
it's a theory. It's a working theory right now. I mean, something is out there plucking off strays.
Some people do not believe in coincidences, so who knows?
My ears, if you're seeing a bunch of dots out together, you either trace them or you've taken too big a hit.
Bonnie is just going to take all of the flyers down. These are all our jobs now. Doesn't matter.
Can at least meet with everybody and see what they want specifically.
Well,
Okay, so you got all the job postings and where to first?
first off to the shops, right?
You know, what are we looking to get at shops?
Burlap
Outside
sack.
Sacks. Probably some supplies for the sea. For when we're out sailing.
Don't we like need money to shop?
It depends on what we want to get. It's a little bit of money to go around.
As you rise among the
But we need
steps,
the sack either way.
you come across several different vendors and merchant tables, tents, and carts. You see and smell the rich incense of an incense vendor. You see and hear the exotic sounds of caged animals from what seems to be a pet vendor. You notice among the stalls is one that might more closely fit your current need of a sack, which is a curios shop with a sign that says, sorry, Trinkets Curios, The Wandering Glint.
Well, that is certainly fancy. So, which of these lovely establishments shall we check out first? The trinket shop looks pretty nice.
Michelle's looking at my inventory list because I couldn't remember what weapon I have, so she's checking really quick.
There's a weaponsmith and an armor smith as well, or weapon shop and armor shop, I should say.
Actually, if we're walking through town and shops are all about, I'm going to stand over to the side and going to ritually cast Detect magic.
Detect magic. Okay.
Detect
Is there
magic
something
at
specific
that.
you're looking for?
I'd just like to see if anything pings is magical. That's for sale.
Yes, several things ping is magical. Um, the exotic pet vendor seems to have a variety of magical races of animals for sale. Um, there is let me double check something lore wise before I. Okay.
It's the same day we fought the mer people, right? You haven't
No, that
restarted.
was actually several days ago.
Oh, was that? Okay.
You notice
It's
I
got a
just had to
one-day
look up.
sale.
I just had to look up are potions magical, and you do see a potion shop with several magical potions in its inventory, with a very kindly looking elven, half elven woman there. You see the weaponsmith has what looks to be a magically enhanced hammer, um, which you'd guess has some sort of assistance in his crafting abilities.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, what's the
there's
hammer they
also
use?
what else is there? There's also um, some of the incense vendor seems to have a black crate that is sealed, that is emitting a strong glow of. Let me look at the schools of magic again. Sorry. That's what detect magic does, right? It shows you the schools of magic.
It
Used to. I
does.
don't know about 2024.
That's a good point.
Is anybody just tossing a sack somewhere? Like the people walk around. I'm sure things are being transported through this area in burlap sacks. Is anybody just like throwing one out?
Uh, you see there is a stack of sacks at the Wandering Glint that says 1 copper piece each. Yeah.
So there's nobody just throwing one away that was like full of fruit or whatever. Just like a
No.
stinky sack somewhere that we can just
Uh,
okay.
Are there stacks on?
That's all right.
oh, but this specific crate at the incense vendor's shop doesn't have any sort of um, it has enchantment magic on it. Wait, enchantment? No, evocation. Sorry, evocation and divination magic on it.
I'm gonna go find Bonnie. I'm gonna go right up to Bonnie, and I'm gonna whisper right in her ear. I did some detect magic. There's some strange animals. There's potions are legit at the potion shop, and then this guy's hammer's magical. I'm probably gonna go grab that. But in the incense shop, there's a box in the back that you might want to look into.
Sounds like a plan. And so Bonnie is actually gonna. Is the incense in the curio shop too, or is it in one of the other? Is it like the potion shop or?
The incense is in its own shop, the incense vendor shop. There's a sign up front that says,
I mean, I imagine Rim might be busy in that shop when Rim gets there.
Yeah, he's flopping on over there.
there's lots of ingredients there for all kinds of incense. Um,
Incense and peppermints.
I forgot to put a name on there. Hold on.
Come on, man. You gotta have name of store, proprietor. So I'm a big NPC maker.
I never did look at what city it was you sent me.
The shop's name is Meshin Smells. Shop's name is Meshin Smells.
Meshin Smells.
Mesh and smells. Interesting.
There's a halfling woman at this shop stall. The black crate is just off to the side on the table as if it's for sale, and it says 50 silver in front of it in a little sign. It looks like it's never been opened.
In the
Just
incense
that.
shop, you said?
Go in and just buy it for 50 silver.
So Bonnie's gonna go and pick up one of the sacks and walk into the curio shop to see if there's somebody to buy it off of. And
Does the curio shop, did it look like it had, was that, they have like vials or whatnot, or was there, that might be the potion shop.
Yes, the potion shop does have empty vials as well as a bargain bin of potions. And in the curio shop, you see I'm gonna try and say this properly because it's yours, Mitchie, but an Aaron,
Aaronese.
Aaronese, sorry,
Yeah.
is not browsing, is walking around her shop inside this little tent here, and she walks up and welcomes you in with a, "Yes, we've got all kinds of bits and baubles. What can we offer you today?"
Just here for just one sack.
Just
Unless
a
you've got
sack.
something special behind the counter that you'd like to show off.
That sounds a bit.
I have this wonderful haunted doll. I've got this, some antique coins. These wonderful, colorful glass baubles over here make good for your ship's paperweight, perhaps. Or, we also have this, here we have a stone, a little, and you see a little egg-sized stone with a star carved in it. And among other things, you see what looks to be a lucky charm of a jackrabbit's foot. And that seems to be really it.
Did Malachi sense any magic coming from in here?
Not at all, no.
Not that Aaron.
Okay, so the doll's not actually haunted. I was hoping. But I think just the sack.
Are you trying to get?
Just the sack. Okay, that'll be 1 copper.
I give her a silver and tell her to keep the change.
Why, thank you. Care to take any other baubles?
Not today, but I will be back if you find anything of interest that perhaps gives off the right energy for my friend to pick up on. And she walks back out of the shop and joins everybody else.
We have a mystery box. Would you like to take a gander at our mystery box?
Well, the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a bigger boat. You know, we want one of those.
How much would the mystery box be?
Simply 1 gold.
Yes.
Where is she?
I signal for Malachi to join in the shop.
You come in.
Do you sense anything coming off of this box?
Do I sense anything coming out of that box?
Also, how big is the
Yes.
box?
It's just bigger than a shoebox,
Is it
but you do sense something magical coming off of it. Let me pull up the actual school real quick.
She might be.
I'm gonna ask, what was the price of this item?
1 gold.
Yeah, well, this is while they're over in that shop, Ezra is heading over to the alchemist, I guess. Person, and they're just going to simply grab a variety of vials and jars with lids or corks.
The School of Magic from the mystery box is evocation,
Mm.
and it's a faint glow. It's not too strong, but it is evocation.
Honestly,
Over
I'm
by
there.
the potions cellar, you notice a tall half-elven woman. She introduced herself. Hello, Elara Meadowlight, here to greet you. What can I help you with today?
Oh, hello there, madam. Rather lovely day to you. I am in the need of some pretty sturdy and robust jars and vials. If you have various millimeters and diameter sizes, that would be perfect.
Of course, we have some spare bottles and we have anywhere from brittle glass for potions that are not necessarily meant to be uh, drank, more so thrown. We also have more stronger, thicker glasses for a more alchemically active ingredient. Um, and we have various millimeters and sizes. Um, the thicker glass is going to be a little more, and of course, brittle glass might be a little less. Which one would you like?
You always want to pay for quality for these types of things. If you can give me a set of the thicker glass, that will be perfect.
Sure, all the same size.
Yeah, give me a mix, maybe about 3 of each size.
You've got it. That'll be. These aren't usually, bought in large groups. I'll give you, say, we'll call it 40 silver.
That sounds perfect to me. And
And sorry, I missed what school you said on the mystery box when you came back.
I said
Evocation.
a faint glow of evocation magic.
And I say, oh yes, it's slightly evocative there. 1 gold, you say? I'm gonna pull out the gold and I'll purchase it.
All right, she gleefully hands over this small shoe-sized box to you. It says, "May your mystery be solved soon."
Mystery boxes in my valuables.
Gleefully, you say. That's not terrifying. So Ezra will hand over. I think the memory serves conversion rate should be 1 for 10. So he'll grab out 5 gold and hand them over to the lovely lady.
Why, thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, plus of course, yeah, little bit something extra in there for you for your kindly services.
Ezra, as you leave the potion shop by the exotic pet vendor, you see the shop has a mix of animals of all shapes and sizes. You see one of them is a blink dog, who can seemingly teleport from side to side of the larger crate it's in. But specifically, a pelican is staring lasers at you. You specifically. I'd make you roll for it, but it's hard not to catch. It seems to
As
be
we kind of
following you as you walk through the store fronts.
as he was kind of putting this stuff on, he glances up and he sees the bird and he goes, and he walks a bit and he looks back and he goes, and then he does that thing where he takes 3 steps back and then he takes 2 steps forward. He goes, And then you gonna head over and look over at the what you say a parrot,
Uh, Pelican.
pelican.
Pelicans are big boys.
And that's yeah, those are pretty big. Those are pretty big.
Yeah, they're gonna like hang out on your shoulder while you're on.
No, it's not. No,
Susie
no.
said, like if Joe from You became a pelican because just staring.
You said you
Oh my
approached?
god, yeah.
So he goes. He doesn't go within nipping distance, but he kind of walks over to it. And he's like, "Hey there, little buddy. You seem fairly interested."
You see that the Dragonborn vendor, who's currently helping another customer, takes note of you and waves as if he's going to tend to you in a moment as he's finishing with his customer. But the pelican
Take your time. Take your time.
stares at you and slowly opens its mouth, and you see what looks like a letter inside.
Oh my god, I thought you were saying you're human.
Would you roll a perception check for me?
Looks like your face.
And, that's gonna be a 16.
You see this letter is addressed to you.
What the hell?
It says, it has a to and from. It says it is to you and is from your father, Ezra the Second.
Is anyone paying? Is the shopkeep paying? Looking over at me, or has he went back to their current customer?
He takes the current customer by the he puts his arm around the current customer's shoulder and in a very car salesman like manner pulls him over to the black dog as he violently smacks the crate and causes the dog to teleport a little bit to the left in avoidance of the smack.
So are we gonna get to see Ezra the Second and Ezra the Fourth? Or are we gonna get all 3 generations?
Maybe, who knows? uh, so as Ezra looks around and sees that they're distracted, I'm gonna try and nip it in and quickly pluck the letter out of the pelican's mouth.
It is a crate, so you'd need to somehow open the crate.
Okay, maybe I thought I misunderstood. I thought the pelican had the letter in the pelican's mouth.
It does, but the pelican is in a crate, as are all of the pets at the pet vendors.
Wait, you can't fit a hand in between, but you can see a
Is
letter?
it, yeah. Like what type of what? How big are the? Is it? Yeah. Is it like bars? It what type? What's the screen
It's
look
got
like?
a just a typical X and Y axis wire bars. Looks like it was just shoddily made by anyone with a hammer and a smith. It does have a small lock on the front.
Bonnie will actually wander in, see the blink dog, and go over and go, "How much for this?"
The blink dog?
Yeah.
I planned for this. The Dragonborn looks over at you, and the customer, with a scared look in his eye, seems to be relieved by you inquiring about the dog, as he's been likely being lectured about how it's a great sell the entire time, and hasn't necessarily been privy to wanting to be lectured. And he almost slithers over to you with your clearly readable interest in this blink dog, and he says, "Varesh Talvin, nice to meet you. This blink pup here is only 50 gold pieces."
Is there any way we could, say, take the day to foster such an animal? Also, I'm
No,
trying
we
to
won't
distract
go.
him
Well,
so
they
Ezra
are
can get
doing-
that letter without being noticed. While I'm doing that, Ezra, go for it.
Wink,
Go
wink,
for it.
nudge,
I'm
nudge.
like,
Yeah,
I'm like
well,
making
yeah.
eyes over his shoulder, like do the thing, do.
So yeah, Ezra is
so-
going to use magical tinkering to create some lockpick from Thieves' Tools kit, and it's going to try and pop the lock.
Okay, go ahead and roll for lockpicking tools. I forget his or thieves tools. Sorry.
What
Do
does
you
one
add
roll for that?
do
Is
that
it
with
X
your?
or?
I think it's. Yeah, I think it's. Actually, look it up.
I never really knew what to roll for tools.
Use
Was
tools
it sleight of
supposed to be
hand? Would that
attack,
be
and
it?
if you have proficiency, then you add proficiency.
Yeah, if it's thieves' tools, I think it's sleight of hand, and then if you have proficiency with them, you also add your proficiency modifier.
Yeah, you'd be using thieves' tools with if you have proficiency with proficiency.
Then that's shitty. I mean, crappy. That's a 10.
That actually just makes it as you pop the
I
lock.
mean, you said it was crappily made.
The pelican, as if expectantly, just sort of hops out of the crate and opens its mouth and shows a pristine letter, not wet by a pelican's gullet or mouth. It seems to be in completely clean condition.
It's just being held forth by those little tendril things
Oh
inside
God,
of the pelican mouth.
no!
And I mean, this pelican is one to look at. Besides its very piercing eyes, it's got resplendent, iridescent plumage that change color throughout the day, and it has a quite a quite dormant composure with unwavering fidelity, and it simply presents you the letter as if it's done this before.
As I'm going to reach for this, now that I can see it outside of the cage, do I recognize this pelican at all? Is this something I've seen with my father before, or is this an unknown pelican?
This is an unknown pelican. You have never seen it before.
Well, Dad, you've certainly picked the what not? You couldn't find an owl? Pluck it out, pop it in my coat, uh, pet the pelican on the head, that gently lower it back.
He
Yeah.
The pelican simply hops back in the crate and expectantly waits for you to close the door.
I'm going to close the door and just kind of rehook the lock. I don't know if it's relockable or not, but I'm just gonna make it look like it is. And then it's gonna look around and go, huh, don't really see anything in here that I'd like today. I guess I'm gonna get on going. Lovely shop though, lovely shop.
The vendor Varesh looks over at you, acknowledges you, sends a little respectable wave, and says, "Oh, come again, of course. We'll same stock usually most of the time, so feel free to come back if you're reconsidering."
Now, as I'd left, there was almost almost a ticking time bomb as over around near the area. It's just going to be the sound of some animals calling out, just like a little cacophony, just to distract him for Bonnie to get away.
Oh, Bonnie's just gonna stand there. Like, is it possible to say rent the blink dog for just overnight and then bring him back?
I have to ask, do you intend to actually buy the dog, or are you trying to deceive?
Oh, I am actually trying to rent the dog because I want to use the dog as bait that isn't bait for whatever this predator thing is. Because if something tries to snap up a blink dog, the blink dog is going to blink away from the thing trying to snap at it. So if something is going after cats, sheep, and people, putting a dog in its line of sight that can just go, boop, no thank you.
And there it is.
He acknowledges your request and says, we don't do rentals. You can buy the pup, or that's kind of it.
I will be back either later or tomorrow.
And you roll insight for me.
13 with 13 plus, what's my insight?
That's
My
mine.
insight is, oh, that's yours. That's why.
Yeah.
Mine is probably close. Yeah, it's only +1. So 14.
You get the impression that while he did consider your offer, he knows damn well that if you let this dog out of the crate, it's never coming back willingly.
It's not you, it's the dog.
I'm just debating whether or not to come back and steal it when he's not looking.
What
One
a
would
funny
face
move.
the same issue, though. It is true. You take it out that cage, especially if that cage has some kind of magic on it.
It
Would you
obviously
like to
does.
see
It
what
just
other
goes
animals are available?
Yes.
There is a fire salamander. There is a wing-clipped cockatrice. A small wing-clipped cockatrice. There is a void finch, and there is a poisonous toad, as well as a mix of normal animals that aren't necessarily enchanted, like a cat and a barn owl and a rat and a
I believe
foxtrot and a
Will is
hedgehog
debating whether or not to make a trip into the animal shop.
and a
I'm
pigeon
Googling. Give me a second.
and a rabbit.
What is a void finch?
A
Very
void
good
finch?
question.
A void finch is a starry black and white speckled finch that sings sort of haunting melodies. Um,
How much for this little bird here?
the void finch is 20 gold.
Does it often sing?
Yes, that's its main necessarily important characteristic of it is that it sings. Lots of sailors like to have one on their ships. It takes to eating scraps and singing soothing melodies along open seas.
But when do they sing? Are they more nocturnal or are they more morning or?
They sing typically in their day to day. That's not necessarily at any given time of day, although um, they prefer the open air whenever they do sing. So if they're gonna sing, it's usually gonna be over an open sky and not necessarily in, your bathroom or something.
No, I'm wondering if I could hear it sing before I purchase it. I mean, if I'm bothered by the sounds, I'm not sure I want to purchase it.
Oh, let's see. Let's see if we can get some singing out of it. I usually can get something out of it with this. And he pulls out a bag of little like pellets that he seems to have homemade, and he tosses it in the void finch's um, enclosure or not enclosure crate. And it sings a very soothing, slightly haunting melody of I'd say almost like siren-like. It's lots of oohs and ahs, mimicking a tenor or alto voice of a person. No, no consonants or necessarily spoken words. Just oh, I'm sorry, my wife's calling.
Sounds a bit like people playing on their glass harmonica.
What? Harmonica?
Have you never heard of glass harmonica before?
No.
That's what they call it. It's when, the, like, I think Ben Franklin had a hand in inventing it. It's when they have the giant, like, glass on glass on glass on glass on glass, like, you playing the rims of glass, but it spins, and you play the different notes on the different levels of glasses. You've never seen
Oh,
that
I
before?
think I've seen one of those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's called a glass harmonica.
Yes,
Did I
yes.
unmute? I did unmute. Okay, good. If you want to do an Arcana check, there might be more to learn about the Void Finch.
Burp.
15.
With a 15, you would know that this creature is typically found on not the material plane, but the astral plane. And being from the astral plane, it also has a sort of dulled connection to sort of shadow magic, like in the Shadowfell. And it's said to feed on faint emotional resonances, often lingering around sites of great tragedy or despair. They're also tied to strong magic sites of perhaps necromancy or evocation.
Where did you find this? I'm asking the shop owner.
Let me pull that up.
Ezra is going to go outside and lean up against the wall and read this letter that his father sent him.
He mentions, well, one could always travel to the Shadowfell, which is a quite perilous journey. Or if one has a connection to the astral plane, you can always find a farm.
Did you acquire it from someone else? Or did you yourself find it somewhere?
I acquired it from someone else.
And would that person still be around town somewhere? Or is this like a traveling merchant dealer?
It depends on.
I
Go ahead and roll
flashed
insight
2
real quick.
gold.
Do what?
I flashed 2 gold to see if it'll jog his memory.
Oh, yes, I am remembering exactly where it's from. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have a source out in Phoenica that can sometimes travel to more distant realms for these kinds of purchases. Phoenica being Phoenix, Arizona. And yeah, that's what he says.
And would that person still be in town, or are they in Phoenica currently?
They are in Phoenica currently. You got 4 days travel by car if you could. But otherwise, I've got one right here.
Oh no, I just wanted to discuss with them that where they acquired it. There have been some reports of similar sounds nearby.
Huh. Haven't heard of it.
Right, well, thank you for your help. Keep it in mind, but I think that bird would freak me out more than it would soothe me. But I appreciate you. And will
All right, then.
bow
Just
a
come
little
back
bit.
if you change your mind on any of our current pets.
Will do. Thank you for your time. And she walks away.
Bonnie tries to snake her hand in and just pet the blink dog real quick on her way out.
The blink dog shudders completely, cowers in the corner away from you.
Oh, this guy's a dick. We gotta come back and kill him. You don't fuck with dogs. Nope. This guy's dying in the night. We're coming back. He's gonna.
Those
You know
mysterious
what?
haunting sounds.
You know what? He's getting the violin. We're gonna trade him the violin for the blink dog.
You're gonna regift it?
Yeah. Fuck this guy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I said that when I first walked in, and he slapped the cage and scared the thing. Ezra's just currently distracted.
Oh, sorry. The letter. As you begin to read the letter, it reads, "My dear Ezra, strange times bring unexpected revelations. I've found myself following your example. I've begun studying alchemetry seriously. The people here at my new practice are brilliant, seeing the world through resonance, memory, and emotion rather than just. The work in this field is gaining attention, inspiring. I wish I had embraced it sooner, but the sea serpent's sting reminds me to keep moving forward. I'm doing really well, and I hope you are too. Perhaps our paths will cross again someday. Warmly." I'm sorry, let me pull it up. I forgot your entire name. Dr. Ezra de la Lucien II.
I like how Ezra's trying to get his son to follow more in the footsteps, and now the father is following in his footsteps instead.
Right. Yeah, we're I think that just means we're a competitive family. Either
Roll
that
it.
or we just
Like
push
to,
each
you
other
can
to
also
greatness.
roll.
That's what it is. We push
If you'd
each
like
other
to,
to
you
greatness.
can also roll insight on the letter if you want.
I would, because I want to know what that sea serpent is. Because I'm not too familiar with that. Good insight. 19. 21.
21? Wow.
Yes.
Your father kicked you out for alchemetry. The fact that he would have taken to alchemetry is wild to you. Considering how he felt whenever you left. And you would know that the Sea Serpent is the name of the pirate ship that you decided to board after leaving your family and your family's practice. You based off of a 21 insight, you'd guess that he's trying to tell you something, and the sea serpent sting could be what he's trying to tell, or the sea serpent being involved is what he's trying to tell you.
Lots of revelations. Would I know where the sea serpent last was?
Um,
I feel like that was my most recent employer.
that was
So
your
to
most
speak.
recent employer. The sea serpent would be. I'm not sure if this is a me decision. It would be in wherever you left your home.
Uh,
That would be the last
Probably.
port it was at least.
So
got,
I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Did Ezra wind up on the pirate ship before or after having a kid?
Wait, what?
I
After.
believe,
Well,
yeah,
after.
after.
Okay, so Ezra left home, knocked someone up, had a kid. Kid doesn't think the old ways hold value, and so Ezra boards a ship.
So here's the thing. Ezra thought they were hiring on for some merchants, to help them out. Ezra didn't know that he was joining up with some true hardcore pirates. So that's what got Ezra into the pirate business in the first place. So when he finally got back to shore, we skedaddled and ended up running into the rest of y'all, having met Rimjob throughout the process. So, yeah. Very interesting. So that would mean the sea serpent would be not too far from where we started.
That's correct.
Oh.
We must go back to the island.
So
Go back
what
to the
we
island.
need to do is. So I come out. I'm reading over Ezra's shoulder. What is the sea serpent?
And he goes, that was the ship that started this whole journey off. It was, the lovely vessel, nice sized ship, full of a rather good looking crew. They were all nice and spiffy in their little uniforms, and they said they were in need of someone to keep them patched up.
I realize I haven't talked about rim job at a second. What is rim job doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, we can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, Rimjob has been on his way / in the incense shop the whole time.
Got it. Okay. Among the incense, of course, there's all kinds of different smells and inventories here for Rim Job to peer over. And among them, you see specifically there's some exotic incense. There's some incense burning materials like incense holders to set your incense sticks in while you burn them. Different kind of well-designed wooden incense holders, like ones that are designed to, cause the smoke to fall down and cool in interesting ways, to be thematically interesting or visually interesting.
Yeah, sure. You said the owner is a halfling?
Yes, she says, Torga Mission, how can I help you?
Yo, my small mysterious dude. What kind of scent situation you got going on? I'm looking for something that soothes angry sea spirits and clears out negative brain crust. You know what I mean?
Soothes angry sea spirits. Hmm. Uh, you might be wanting some dragon's blood, or the incense, of course, not the actual thing. You'll have to go to the astrology shop for. And you might want some, perhaps some chamomile could help. Um, we've got those here in our inventory if you'd like. And among that, we've got some. We were told it was a luxury incense. I'm not sure its purpose, but it could help if you decide to use it. It's in that black box over there at the end, just 50 silver. Um, besides that, I mean, we've got lots of incense. You could use them in all kinds of ways. Um, what are you looking for specifically? Do you have a thing in mind?
I'm just looking for something that like de-harshes like critical vibes, you know? Like sometimes the spirits, like their auras don't align, and I just want them to like chill.
Oh, are you looking to trip balls?
Oh yeah.
Oh, why didn't you just say so?
Oh, I thought I
And
did.
she pulls out a box of like six, a long wooden box with carvings all on it. And she opens it and it has six individual pouches in it. And she's like, take your pick. From left to right, we've got, depending on your strength of will, I guess. We've got the lesser for the, say, beginners, if you will, and the right is the stronger for not beginners.
Rim picks up the bag to the farthest on the right, and he holds it up and he smells it, and he's just like, I don't smell anything.
Um, no, this one's not necessarily meant to be smelled in its raw essence. It's
Right, right.
you're supposed to, it's an incense, so you have to light it on fire.
Oh yeah. No, can I like test it quick? And he
Oh,
just
you'd like a
pulls out
test?
his like blowtorch.
Oh, sure. She she sets it down, she opens it very small. Um, pouch on the left, and she sprinkles out some on one of her what looks like more used incense holders that she might use to like test out other incense, and she presents it to you for you to light.
Yeah, Rim will take his little blowtorch and carefully light the incense. It's like a very technical. You wouldn't think he'd be that technical about it, but he's very precise. Whoa, man. That like smells like a moonbeam made out with a jellyfish. That is some heavy aroma magical fusion, man.
Yeah, it's quite popular. Now that's of course the weaker of the six that I've got here. But besides that, you're welcome to try out. I wouldn't recommend trying out the sixth one necessarily. It's more for if you're for certain experienced.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of experience.
Okay.
Let me try that.
Rim's just gonna get high off of samples.
Right.
Yeah.
And then walk out like, thanks.
This is a more severe form of what's called halfling weed. The effects are simply causing extreme emotions to abate, inducing euphoric mellowness, and occasionally having mild hallucinations. But with this one, there's no mild about it.
So I'm sitting here picturing that techno video of Gandalf where it's just do 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 do.
Because the hobbits had eyes and got.
But it's like the remix of that's way happier than the original.
Taking the hobbits had eyes and got.
Yes. Rim will light the smallest sample and take a big whiff.
In the immediate sense, you get the simple effects of that mellow emotion of euphoria feeling, and you're a little hungrier.
Um, he's gonna he's just gonna take a bigger whiff, like another one.
Does anybody have a giant bag of cinnamon sugar popcorners? Because I feel like Rim needs.
There's a Girl Scout right outside with cookies.
As silly as it sounds, I didn't think to make a single food vendor. So I could drum up one on the spot.
I was just saying anybody in the party. I was joking because how many times
Okay.
I've run through a bag of popcorners from edibles.
You know,
I just
I
run
don't
through
think
them.
I've had cinnamon sugar popcorners, and now I want them.
Oh my god, they're so good. They taste like cinnamon
Here's
toast crunch.
my job has popcorners, but because they're on this health kick, it's only like the plain kettle one.
The
And
kettle
they
corn one?
consider that a
That's
treat.
literally the
No,
most
not
sugary.
kettle. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, the plain one, like just like
Like
popcorner. Salt. Thank you. Sea salt.
And there's never enough salt on that one.
Mm-mm. Oh.
Do I start tripping balls?
You don't. Oh, sorry. Did you do the sixth one?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
no, he lit it on fire and huffed.
Oh, I see. I thought you were still trying the first one just again. I'm sorry.
Oh
Yes,
no.
you definitely start tripping balls. You see hallucinations of all spectral kind. You see all kinds of animals floating around. Um, you see a shark swimming throughout the city center. You see the constellations shifting around as if being moved in a sliding puzzle. Moose, are you kidding me? I'm trying to describe tripping balls right now.
Is this true sight? Is Rim seeing other planes? Like other planes right
I was
now?
literally about to go with that.
I was like,
Yeah. He sees a
Wait.
mouse.
You're seeing other airplanes right now.
Rim seeing the future.
Yeah.
B-52 and the freak show going over in a cargo plane.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
This is how Rim breaks into the other campaigns.
Always Sarah's character.
Rim sees a small rat person fixing clocks.
And then the rat looks right at him.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Exactly. And they just wave at each other.
We've also got,
Yeah.
if you're not necessarily wanting trip balls, but you'd like some sort of effect, we've got some sleepy salt. We've got Satara. We've got Bane. Wander caps, all kinds of different incense and in mild alchemical ingredients.
So now that he's tripping balls, what happens when he looks at the black box?
You see, as if it's. Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
I fell asleep during it, but
It's
like if it's like the briefcase with the light,
it's
like
like
I know.
it's like the briefcase, shining, glimmering, purple, golden, and white light coming from it. And instead of a black crate, it's got like constellations on it. Um, and a purple and black sort of cosmos-like background.
Whoa, this
And
is like
whenever
spooky
you
stuff.
move your body, it's like the show Chowder. Whenever the background stays still, but you move around it, it
Yep.
appears to move in a similar fashion. I see your eye in the black box. It's supposedly luxury incense. I'm not quite sure, although I couldn't quite get it open and not quite strong enough myself. If you'd like, you can take it for just 50 silver.
Rim's gonna go over and try and open it first.
Uh, the novelty of the box is that it's kind of closed. If you want, you could just purchase it and then open it yourself.
Well, I don't want to just like buy a box, man.
Well, you
I
could
want
shake
what's
it.
in the
There's
box.
something in there. I promise. We got it off the. Listen, listen. I got it off the cart myself. It's got something in it. I promise. The whole fucking cart had something in it in every box.
But like, you don't know what it is. What if it's another box?
I mean, I suppose, but every other box we've got from there has been luxury incense. I can't imagine that this one's any different. I just couldn't get it open. It's not necessarily appropriate for you to just open it yourself and then leave. I mean, I guess I could, if you promise not to just take the thing, I guess I could give you something for opening the box for me.
Me, yeah, I'm not just gonna like take something. I'd like
If you,
accept something.
I'll give you, say, I'll give you the second pouch. You seemed interested in the halfling weed there, so if you want, I'll give you a second pouch from the left for opening the box there for me, and I'll keep what's inside for myself. Unless you still want
Oh,
it, you're perfectly welcome to purchase it after you open it too.
oh yeah, that sounds like a sweet deal.
Okay,
You're
go
like,
ahead and here. I guess
No,
it,
it's open and I know what's inside it. It's now 500 gold.
right. I mean, I
it
guess
could
I
even be
wouldn't
both.
necessarily give you the pouch yet until you open it. But then if you do open it and don't take it, I'll give you the pouch. But if you do open it and you do take it, then you owe me 550 silver, I guess. So go ahead and open it if you'd like. I mean, I guess you get it in a way.
Do you want me to do like an athletics check to like
Yeah,
pry it
just do a
open?
athletics check for me.
So Rim has a +5, but he rolled a nat 1.
Darn. You go and you put as much effort into it as you can, and you can't quite get. Does Rem have fingers?
Yeah, it's like webbed fingers, yeah.
He can't quite get a grip with his fingers on the sides of the box. Um, I mean,
I feel like he's
the
like
box is just sitting
high.
here. You're welcome to try again if you'd like.
Yeah, I feel like he's just like so high and like he can't actually tell where the box is. Like, because it just looks like the night.
Uh,
Okay.
I guess
He
you
rolled
can just
again and he got a 24.
24. You find a lip in the box's side, and you, being as high as you are, you mistakenly put all of your strength into it, and the box lid goes flying off. Um, and
Oh, there we
what
go.
what you see inside is a yellowish, orangish, what looks like hard orange material. Um, it has white specks on all over it, and it glistens in the light. Um, and as the lights hit it, the different white specks seem to glow as if shimmering in the sunlight.
What, can I make a roll to see if I know what it is?
Yes, you can give me an Arcana roll.
Yo, I rolled a 19.
A 19 on the die or flat, or
Yeah, it's on the die, but I don't have any bonuses.
oh, okay, got it. This is definitely not incense. Um, this seems to be some kind of, you'd guess based off of the material, it's a kind of resin. Um, you're not sure what it does or what it's called. Although, let me see. It's it hums in a way, and it's warm to the touch. Um, and you'd say you get a strong sense of divination magic, as well as the evocation that was evoked from the box whenever Malachi was investigating it. But now that it's open, the you get a strong sense of divination magic coming from.
So I hate to break it to you, but this like definitely is an incense, but also I totally think we could smoke it.
I mean, it is resin.
You
Well,
can technically.
if it's not incense, then I guess it's not really my specialty. Do you know what what is it? We got it off an
It's
incense
like
cart. That's everything else on the cart was incense. I mean, she goes to the side and she um grabs one of her halfling helpers at her stall, and she whispers to him for a moment to themselves, and she comes back and she says, I guess I could let it go for I don't know. If it's not a luxury incense, 50 silver. I mean, I guess maybe 10 silver. You could,
yeah,
you could,
sure, whatever.
okay, yeah, you could smoke it or, I don't know, do something with it. Hopefully it helps. I mean,
Yeah, but
it's a
like
wonderfully colorful paperweight if not.
I think my like turtle friend might like this. He likes weird stuff.
I know it looks like it's got. It almost looks like a star constellation type thing. I mean, perhaps our astrologer friend down at this in town could help you out with it. What's going on there? That's all that comes to mind as far as what it is. But
Rim's gonna get
be
high and
well,
get portent once.
be
From
well with
smoke.
you, and have a good day. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your help, and thank you for your service.
Oh yeah, thanks for the smokage. See ya,
See ya. I
honey.
don't think I've checked in on Malachi in a minute. What's Malachi up to?
I would head to the guy that had the magic hammer.
The magic hammer.
That would be where I would be going now.
You see a one-armed dwarf at a tinkerer stall. It says Alvin Drell's Docksides Tinkerers. And you firstly notice he's got a large graying beard and with a black stripe on either side of his hair. He's got a very neat like crew cut, if you will. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of the Irish accent.
It is actively the hardest one to get rid of. When I was in that one Irish play in college, I sounded like Liam fucking Neeson every time I would walk into stores, and I was like, I want to buy this from Michaels. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
What you notice is that although he's got a prosthetic magic hammer arm, and he seems to be just as able to craft with this hammer for a hand and instead of a hand, just as well as if he had two hands. And you walk up to his stall, and he just says, "Right, we've got all kinds of tinkers. We do repairs. What can I help you with?"
Quite frankly, I saw you had I saw a hammer here. See, I'm having a hard time with the switching off with patches in this character.
Yes, I've got a hammer here installed in my right arm. And he twists it and it pops off, and he's got a hammer in his left arm now. It's it's enchanted to help me tinker. And he snaps it back on.
So I do suppose it's for sale.
I guess I would if I had something better back at home, but I don't. So I can't exactly. I mean, well, everything's for sale in a way, I guess, but this one's kind of essential to my daily tinkering. So you also notice a plethora of scars all over him. This man looks grizzled and like he's seen a lot. But I could always, craft you a magic hammer. It wouldn't. I mean, it's a hammer. It wouldn't take too long. I could do it in a day or so. If you'd like, I could craft you up one.
What is your The specific enchantment.
It helps me. Do you want to know the stats, or you want?
I mean, you could tell me an RP and then just give me hardcore stats.
Let you do the work of I guess it'd do the work of an extra hand for you. So, it helps me do the work of two hands when I don't have two hands. So I guess for you, you do maybe twice the speed of normal crafting. And you'd have advantage on saving throws, or not saving throws. You'd have advantage on Tinker's tools and uh, in sort of crafting if you use this hammer.
Well then, friend, how much for such a custom item?
Take me a while to make another one, so I'd let it go for say 75 gold pieces.
75 gold pieces. What if I hang around the shop and help you do some jobs? Knock a little bit off that.
I suppose that could work. Would you hang around all day?
I would just have to meet someone real quick, and I'd be right back.
Okay. I suppose if you would like to help me around the shop, you could. I could definitely drum up some good business with your help. Yeah, you've got a deal. If you want to help me for say a day or two, I'd be willing to give you this hammer.
Alright. All right, then I'll be right back. I'm gonna go out there and find somebody.
So Bonnie's standing with Ezra outside of the "we're gonna kill that motherfucker" shop. Probably within
Okay.
sight.
Yeah, I just went to like the side of the building, so not hidden or anything. Probably just finished telling Bonnie the story of the serpent's sting.
The sea serpent is the
Sea
name of
serpent.
the.
Yeah.
Was it any bigger than what we have right now?
Yes, it was It was. It was marking itself off as a merchant ship, so it was a medium-sized vessel. So quite a bit bigger than one we have now. There's a crew of over a dozen men.
And there are boats at the docks. They're, of course, manned boats. There are less manned boats than other manned boats. However, there's also a man of war at the dock, as well
So
as other minor ships, not larger ships. The man of war is the biggest ship there. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of different ships there.
unless for some reason they've done something to my dad, I'd rather not harm those kids. I spent quite a bit of time patching them up.
And if they
That's
have
it.
done something to your father?
I mean, well, that's a completely different story. Then all bets are off. It's just it'd be rather shocking. I'm very confused at what's going on or what's gone down with that ship and what my dad has to do with it. I know all of them. I know all them folks by name over there.
And so I'm going to run up and I go, remember what I told you about the hammer?
Oh yeah, but you buy it?
Well, it is quite a magical thing, but the proprietor believes he can make another one, but in return, I will work for him for the rest of today and tomorrow. So I feel like it's probably worth that. So I'll see you at night tonight for the thing.
We could probably find something to do with the sheep for the day.
Mm. Yeah, we can gather up some animals, the sheep and the cat and everything like that.
Or we could use the blink dog to sniff them out. I have a rather poor impression of the shop owner, so if we were to say close his business for the day or all time, I would not object.
Well, sounds like you have your day already cut out for you, huh?
I would
All
like
right,
to speak
meet y'all
to
for
the
dinner.
owner of the shop with the hammer, though, to see if perhaps we could, because Malachi is helping, maybe improve these as well. And she gets out the rapiers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you approach the stall and ask this?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go to the stall and ask.
Yes, I could help these out. I could help you out and fix these up for you. You looking for some more damage, some more what's it called? Some more
Effectively attack
strength?
+1.
Yes.
Some more
Durability?
usefulness.
Sorry, durability.
I would say more the attack +1 than the actual damage itself.
Durability was what I was looking for, but yes, +1 would be. Um, Let me look it up. My wife is going to come home with a supposedly screaming child, so just so you know. Um, really? Um,
Is
apparently it
+1
usually
supposed to be
goes.
super
Apparently,
expensive?
yeah, apparently usually goes for 500. I'll call it 100.
We don't have that
For
kind of money yet.
What did you say there?
We don't have that
well,
kind of money yet.
I guess your friend's here working for me, so I could throw you a discount. Maybe I don't know, 75 instead of 100.
We don't even have that kind of money yet. Um,
Well, when you come back with that kind of money, I guess I'm happy to fix these up for you.
Absolument. I want to rob the guy while killing him in the animal shop.
I thought you meant this guy. I was
No,
like,
Bring it
no.
back.
This guy's
Oh,
fine.
sorry. I'm sorry. Can we go on break?
Yep.
Perfect.
13 minutes, 9 seconds.
My earliest memories are of the sea. The sea's beauty is in its height of symbolic dichotomy. The warm embrace, its cold abandon, its beauty in the shallows, the horrors of the deep. Water gives life, the wrong water or too much brings death. Such is life in the seas, and so on the seas. I have no memories of my family. I was raised on the seas, moving as a stowaway, ship to ship. Roughly half the time I'd get caught, but I was young, and they wouldn't kill me. Instead, I would just work off the debt. As a deckhand, sometimes I'd learn more than the base skills of cleaning and cooking. Once, a ship was so understaffed in maintenance. That was the cruise where I learned the skills of a bosun. My master was a mean cuss of a dwarven sailor named Bustin Boneblade. He was bosun of the Knight's Knave under Captain Lydia Phantasm Rudges. He taught me everything I'd ever know about maintaining a ship. He'd have me do multi-person jobs, alone, in the multi-person time frame. I'd poke back at him by changing the words of the sea shanty and ask, what would you do with a dwarven sailor? He'd like to think our relationship was father-son, but I'd prefer uncle-nephew. And I stayed on that vessel as assistant bosun for 4 cruises. And after that, I returned to my sea transient ways. One such ship I was stowing away on, I wasn't found until it was attacked by pirates, and I was taken along the crew as captive. We were locked in cages well below deck. Each day they'd take one of us, the captain, a drow elf, would whisper in their ear. They'd answer back, and then the captain would look dissatisfied and execute them. I was lucky I kept not getting chosen, but one day the ship had hit something and started taking on water. I could overhear the crew running around, trying to move water out. But that night, I broke out of my cage, jumped overboard, and I patched the hole, snuck back in, none the wiser, and I went back to sleep. The next day, the captain showed up as he always did, but this time he spoke aloud. Last night, somebody patched a hole in this vessel, and I know it was not one of my men. So which one of you broke your confinement and did this task? One of my fellow prisoners immediately speaks up. It was him! The blue-green one with the horns! The captain gets him out of his cage. Thank ye for your information. I suppose you think you'll get preferential treatment for this, even possibly live. He then stabbed them in the gut, so he would live long enough to hear his explanation. You see, that kind of thing would normally get you what you wanted, but this man, as he unlocked my cage, is a hero and the newest member of me crew. And from that time until about a week ago, I was bosun for Boris Goldeneye Maindar, captain of the Spider's Gambit. In all my time with the captain, he never did find the Spider Queen's crown, the object he'd ask every captive about before killing them when given an unsatisfactory answer. But now I'm on my own again. But if my past is any predictor of my future, it won't be long till I'm back on a ship, invited or not.
Ezra de Lelouch III, better known as Dr. E to his friends, carried the weight of a long and respected lineage of physicians. He dedicated his life to mastering the traditional methods of healing, a craft passed down through generations. He was a respected physician, known for his skill and dedication. However, his world began to shift as his son, a brilliant and innovative mind, embraced new technologies and magical implementations in medicine. Ezra watched as his son rapidly surpassed him, developing techniques that rendered his own methods seemingly obsolete. A rift grew between them, with Ezra feeling increasingly antiquated, and his son dismissive of the traditional knowledge he held so dear. The Determined to prove his worth and bridge the gap with his son, Ezra sought a position where his skills were still valued. Desperate to demonstrate the continued relevance of his expertise, he accepted a post on a merchant ship. However, the ship turned out to be a pirate vessel, and Ezra found himself patching up the wounds of hardened buccaneers about their brutal skirmishes. Initially horrified, Ezra adapted. He saw the injuries as a grim yet fascinating challenge. He poured himself into his work, rediscovering his passion and pushing his skills to new limits. He learned to improvise with limited resources, to treat wounds inflicted by cutlasses and magical blasts, and to navigate the chaos of a pirate's life. He began to experiment, blending his traditional knowledge with the rough and ready techniques of a ship's surgeon. While he never condoned their actions, he found a strange respect for the pirates' resilience. He became a vital part of their crew, a reluctant healer in a world of violence. He continues to strive to improve his craft, even in the most unlikely of circumstances. He hopes one day to return to his land and use his renewed skills to bridge the gap with his son, demonstrating that even in a world of innovation, the old ways still hold value.
Hey man, my name's Rimchip, and I've been riding this sweet baby for 50 years. You wanna last in this game? You gotta go with the flow, man. Don't take life too seriously, and have a little fun. The sea can be rough though, so it's important to have your mates with you. Sometimes I get sad thinking about the friends I've lost, the screams echoing in a tideless abandon at the bottom of the sea. Yeah, but that's what new friends are for. Anyway, just drink a little seawater and don't mind the tentacles, and we'll get along just fine.
The House of Fen, vampiric overseers of the colony at Orleans, a colony of the Kingdom of Gaul, are most often, as their namesake suggests, circle of the Fen druids. The North Fen never asked to be born into wealth, never asked for the expectation of being a full vampire, never asked to govern a colony, let alone to colonize an already occupied marshland. Nor did she ask to take a titular surname meaning swamp. And she vowed in early childhood to learn to master her more vampiric urges, and to never undergo the transformation. One day in her early teenage years, as the vampires were dormant, and unable to leave the confines of their domicile without being severely weakened or killed, she fled to the city's docks. Someday she'd return to put an end to her family's reign of terror, but for now she stowed away on the vessel by climbing inside the crates. Feeding on ship rats and stolen fluids was easy for the young vampire, and inside of her crate she slept nights on a bag of grain, wrapped in a burlap sack that had been tied together with bits of rope. That was until one morning there was a commotion about pirates were attacking. She watched through the slats as one of the ship's crew took down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pirates, a rapier in each hand. As word reached below deck that the vessel was safe, she overheard the crewmen she'd seen be told that they'd be approaching the monastery, where he was to depart very soon. While she'd largely heard of monasteries as religious institutions to be avoided in her upbringing, she knew where she needed to go. The monastery at the top of the white cliffside, overlooking the ocean, was colder than she'd ever been, but she pressed on. The crewman in question was there, and she approached him. The bonny wee stowaway I saw aboard in the night," the old dwarf said, with a knowing twinkle in his eye. So Bonnyfin was born. Years later, her tutelage complete, save for field work and practical experience, she set out to complete the other half of her vow, to terrorize her family and topple the systems of power that put them in charge of an entire colony. And what better way to dismantle systems than to create the type of terror and discord that only piracy could achieve?
Grief. That was the first thing Will could recall. Immense grief. Of losing her mother, of ending up in an orphanage, of being adopted for the sole purpose of being a servant. She grew up in the stables. The horses gave her a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, a sense of work ethic, a sense of hope. The horses brought Will to her. The stable boys scrapped, and that means Will did too. That is, until the missus caught her decking a front tooth off the footman. She was sure she was going to be sent back to the orphanage, but a promotion? With a new uniform and a new bounce in his step, Will became a god. That is, until she wasn't. Now she has her own rules, her own goals, desires, vengeance. But that's beside the point. Care for a pint?
Yeah, we need to kill this guy who's abusing these animals. Can't hear you. Keisha.
There we go. Should we wait until later when it's not as populated, or you want to take care of this now?
Well, if we can get him in his shop alone with enough of us in there with him, maybe ask for a private showing of some of the stock that he could not show with the doors open.
Well, I suppose that is worth a try. What are we planning on freeing all those animals in there after it's all said and done?
Free the animals, take his money, take his life. People who abuse power like that, I have personal experience with, and I do not prefer to repeat the process anywhere else.
Uh-huh. Well, I will be standing by to keep you patched up.
Will, Rim, would you like to, and Malachi, right before you start working, would you like to join in this public service?
Oh, by the way, Brim, just so you are caught up on things, there's a guy in that pet shop, and the way he seems to control and train his animals is by beating on them.
No way! That's like so not cool. Ugh,
Yeah,
that bites my
Gnarly,
butt.
even.
Yeah, that
That
guy needs to be
we
put
could
to
do him a
death.
service by separating his soul from his body.
That's bogus, dude.
Well, um, so what did they did? So shall we go pet shopping?
I suppose.
Shall you? Okay.
I
You
think we should go in there immediately. Does anyone
you
else
go
agree?
Yes. Let's go and liberate some animals. Mayhaps find a friend or two along the way. We're gonna head that way and see if there are any. See if there's any patrons in the shop.
there are no patrons in the shop currently. It's just him and his array of animals in cages. He's got them in it's like a L-shaped tent with an opening for the front for customers to come in, and a sort of side opening into like an awning area. There's some larger animals on display. Among the right wall as you walk in, there's some smaller like house pets, like a barn owl or a domesticated cat. And then he has his table near the front of the stall in his tent, where he usually does transactions.
So is there like a room anywhere near the stall, or is it all just open?
It's all just open. I mean, there's tarps covering the entrance, so there's a visual cutoff, but there is an open, non-tarped off second entrance to the left as you walk in that opens into a sort of, I'd call it a backyard if more like a porch.
Excuse me, is there a more private showroom with, say, more exotic merchandise even than this?
Why, yes, there is. Let me take you somewhere you'd really like. And he proceeds to walk. He hold on. He proceeds to roll out a scroll, and the spell rope trick is cast as a rope falls down from above, and as he goes to enter, he closing the left entrance he sort of ties together the front entrance, and he begins to other animals that are slightly larger and more endangered. I have here.
Did he go up in? Are we going up into the space created from Rope Trick, or is he bringing stuff down?
He's bringing stuff down.
Is he
Would
going
it
up there every time
not
to
be
get it, or is he
easier?
reaching up in and just kind of?
He's going up there and bringing some down. He's I have more up here if you'd like to come up and see some of our larger animals. But these are the ones that are I guess bringable or transportable as of yet. The other larger one maybe take some handling for you to get out.
Oh,
And you
Bigger
may
is
want
always.
to, we've got a number of tarps here for you if you'd like a more anonymous exit.
Well, Bigger is always better. Everyone, would you like to go see the animals and make a selection?
Yes, I would absolutely love that. The animals that he's brought down thus far, how do they look inside of their cages?
He brings down, among others,
Like temperament wise, are they like jumping up at the cage and seeking attention, or are they like hiding out?
let me pull it up.
So, as we so as he's moving
Sorry, I'm
up,
trying to
is he?
also make sure my daughter is falling asleep at the same time.
Yeah.
He brings out a younger looking ape. He brings out um, a what looks to be a baby clawfoot raptor. The ape is got patches of hair missing on its sides, as well as its head and face specifically, and it does have scars on its face. And he also, if you are you going up to the are you going up into the rope trick?
Oh yeah, we're going up into the rope
After
trick.
I see, yeah, after I see after I see the state of the animals that he's brought down, as everyone else is going up, I'm going to make sure that the front door flaps, or not door, the front flaps are closed. And if there's like a closed sign or something, I want to like post it. If there is not, there will be one with or can you only create
Go
things from
ahead.
this list with magical tinkering?
Out to lunch
Yeah,
for the
just only create
for the
things.
rest of my life.
If
Yeah,
you're
just wanna
all
put
going in
out to
there,
lunch.
I'm going to ask for a deception check to try and stave the we're about to jump you.
Group deception or just deception with advantage?
Deception with advantage.
Okay. Rolled the same thing twice.
Mouse is right here.
I keep forgetting. I think it's a +5, but let me check.
Wait, are we all rolling?
Yes,
That's mine.
that's yours. It's a +4.
No, it's a single roll with advantage, Sarah.
Yeah, 14.
I'll contest that with a roll. He rolled.
You're almost done, kid.
He rolled a 13. So he brings you all up, and he, with a much more relaxed and like he's clearly not hiding anything anymore expression. He's like, now these are some of our prized animals. Here we have, well, you could call this one an animal. We have a child, but it is a manticore. Very difficult to capture here. So quite the fetchy price. Do y'all hold on? Do we have the gold here to even be perusing?
Are we unmuted?
Say,
Of course we do.
but of
Is
course.
this perhaps this is a communal purchase?
Hey,
Absolutely. We're a crew,
looking
so we
for
share.
a new ship pet.
Oh, I see. So perhaps you're hoping to scrounge up gold together. I see. Okay.
Right,
We
You
so
say
have
scrounge as if we're common peasants. How dare you, sir?
my apologies. My apologies. He walks over to a giant venomous snake.
Oh, when his back's turned, I'm gonna fucking stab him.
Okay. Roll roll an attack with advantage, and afterwards we'll start initiative. We'll roll initiative.
Fuck this guy.
Did you just
I just accidentally. What? You were trying to find something out?
Yeah.
Retcon what I said.
No, you can't.
Okay.
What?
You fucked it up. I told you. I tried to tell you you weren't listening to me.
Susie was gonna try to ask the guy a question.
Okay. Do you want to do that real quick?
Whereabouts did you come about this manticore youngling?
Well, it took quite a bit of taming of the parents. You see, manticores, their homeland is very difficult to come across as far as getting there and then, trapping a adult grown one. For instance, the poisonous tail is quite a hefty obstacle. They typically attack literally everything they come across without much hesitation whatsoever. But with some crafty spell work, they can be quite easily subdued if, say, you were to disguise yourself as a similar looking animal or beast, if you will.
Slay the parents, or are they out there somewhere?
Oh, well, once we have one captive, we most certainly slay the more dangerous, actively, trying to kill us parents. It's Manticore is not necessarily stupid, so can't exactly let it live to, not be hunted one day.
Oh,
You did.
How did you even find it? I mean, if they're so hard to come across.
I have to pull up Manticore lore. Hold on.
Ezra's really considering trying to start unlocking cages, but there'll be time for that.
Manticores now, of course, throughout the plains of Iberica, throughout the outskirts of Shermayon, we have lots of deserts and caves. Among these are the preferred habitats for manticores. Very rare in their choice of seclusion. So you have to really, really go looking for you to be able to find them. They're typically only ever found in either Western Iberica or northeastern I don't know the other country's name.
What would it have been?
Oh, Grigipsha.
Egyptia.
But mainly places, of seclusion with caves, such as the deserts of Iberica here, next to Shermaya.
And,
Were you hoping to purchase this one?
Perhaps.
You-
What is
He
that?
said,
Oh, Ezra's got something.
sorry. Just to say, you said it's very wild. You said you had to use magic and make yourself appear as another manticore. But if we were to purchase this one, how would we keep it from trying to kill us? What's the trick?
It would certainly take some animal showmanship, if you will. You'd have to train it, perhaps one of our very handy, and he looks, and you see on the wall of this rope trick a number of like flogging tools that are just blatantly out in the open and for sale. They come with the purchase. They of course come with your own tools to begin training yourself, in case you would need to discipline such animals as these.
Okay, fast forward to what's that
Ezra
over there?
Michelle.
Yeah.
Like
Ezra
a-
eyes Bonnie. Like,
I would roll. I would say. I think you already rolled deception, so I'm going to say he go ahead and looks because he does think you're purchasing altogether. And go ahead and roll advantage on attack.
Okay.
So everyone's rolling?
No, I'm rolling advantage. Okay, so it was 30. 18.
18.
Yep.
His AC is that hits.
Okay. Rolled a 13 and a 6, but it's plus 5. That hits, and that is how many points of damage? 1d8 piercing. I fucking love being a monk. Except for when I roll 1 on damage, and then 1d6 damage for a total of 3.
Hey. So deadly.
So he gets stabbed with a rapier, kind of just goes in one shoulder, comes back out.
He winces in pain and seems to sort of rub the injury, and a cunning look comes across his face as he begins to draw his scimitar he has on his side, and he says, "I thought you might be. I should." And we'll roll for initiative.
Okay. Can you tell me what my initiative is?
You got a 14 plus.
Well, yeah, plus 20 on initiative. 23.
14.
So you have a
we can talk about
17.
that. I need to get out the initiative tracker. Sorry.
Wow, I'm rolling like shit. 7.
And I got 17. Did you unmute us for that?
Oh wait, shit.
And
Oh, we were unmuted the whole time.
he got a 9. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. Whatever. Okay. Ezra. What was his initiative?
14.
And Malachi, is he here?
Yep. You're at 23, natural 20.
Damn. And Grimchim, what did he get?
15.
And Bonnie, what did she get?
Big fat 7.
And then what did Will get?
17.
Cool. Beep. Boop. Beep. Work. Cool. Okay. With that attack, y'all are blasting off into combat. The animals start to, at seeing their captor being attacked, start to very expectantly start to get agitated, and not in the sense that they're angry, but in this rambunctious and very agilely moving. What moose?
Ready?
Not yet, sorry. Moose, I need you to just be quiet, please. Sorry, my cat's screaming.
It's like, that is not your child's name.
Beep beep boop, beep doop doop. Thank you for waiting. Okay. I will have to go grab Uber Eats food in a second, just so you know. So I'll have to briefly leave and then come back.
Is this a normal round? Or are we in normal round, or is this we get a surprise round?
Oh, I'm gonna say this is a normal round.
Okay.
With Malachi going first with a nat 20.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to him and hit him with my wrench.
Go for it.
21 on the 21.
Okay, that hits. I said this was a dragonborn, right? Cool.
It rolled weird. That's gonna be 5 bludgeoning damage.
Wunderbar.
And that'll end my turn.
He appears to casually take that hit. Pretty with pretty ease. And next up is Will. Oh, sorry. If you're done, then next up is Will.
Yeah, I'm done.
Am I near any like crates or anything like that, or a wall, something I could take cover behind?
You could take cover behind the crates. Yeah, for sure.
So I want to duck behind the crates and cast Eldritch Blast.
Got it. Okay. Go ahead and roll.
That's a 9.
8.
You said 6.
Oh, 6. It's a 9. Yeah,
It's a 9.
never mind. I'm bad at math.
A 9 fires just past him. Not quite hitting, but close to grazing as a blast of eldritch might goes hurling just to the side of his head. Is that your entire action?
I'd like to duck back behind the crates and yell out, "You piece of utter shit! How dare you kill a child's parents in front of it? What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I'm so sorry. My cat just walked around the corner with a hair tie in its mouth. He hisses in response. He hisses in response. I don't kill it. I let the customer kill it. And he, as he hisses that remark out, it is Rimjob's turn.
Your vibes are like very not chill, and you're gonna have to like chill out. Hit,
Fuck
and then
you.
job. Room job is gonna shoot Ray of Frost at him.
Okay. Go for it.
Does that hit?
What was it? I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Oh, 17. Sorry, my computer's like really laggy.
That does hit, correct. Roll for damage.
That is 7 damage.
Nice.
Dang. And he's restricted from moving some more, right?
Reduced by 10 feet.
Got it.
Until the start of my next turn.
Yes.
That's it for
After you fire off Kent's ice, that causes him to shiver as he is a red dragon. He recoils, and Ezra is your turn.
And Ezra's gonna look over at Room Job and be like, "Yeah, that's the right idea. It's animal abuse and low life, and you do need to chill out." And Ezra's going to shoot their own ray of frost. 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
Ironically, 7 points of damage.
7 points, got it.
Cold damage.
Looking
Me and
rough.
Rim Job are tag teaming the Frosty special, which sounds like something you should not look up on Urban Dictionary.
As he is blasted with another shuddering ray of frost, it has finally rounded up to his turn.
Yeah, can I move behind something at the after I shoot that blast off?
Yes, you definitely can. At his turn, he is going to dispel Rope Trick. And as he does, you all fall, as well as the caged animals drop about 10 feet into the shop below with a loud clatter, and animals' cages are dented.
Your connection just went again.
You're going in and out.
Oh, I'm sorry. He dispels his rope trick at will, and all of the animals end up crashing out onto the main shop floor. Some cages being dented and opened, and some animals escaping in the chaos. One of which is the pelican, as a ape enclosure is dropped on it. It cracks open and the pelican pops out.
No.
And is dispelling it an action? It says anything inside drops out when the spell ends, but it doesn't say if dispelling it is an action.
You can. It's like a free action to end any spell that you have going.
Okay, then he as he ends the spell and you all drop out of the space. I don't think it's that far of it's just 10 feet. I'm not going to make you roll anything for that. You all clatter out among some of the animals. We'll say do you need me to grab it? Do you need me to grab it? Okay. Got it. We'll say that the animals that fall out are one of the wing-clipped cockatrices, which has a paralyzing bite, and the pelican, and the rabbit. all three of those animals. The cockatrice stays, and with a vengeance like no, going to join the fight in trying to dismantle this man's operation. But seeing that he is made, going to use a breath weapon on literally everything in front of him, including all of the animals.
Oh, this son of a bitch. This is why you're in this situation, sir.
So that is a 15-foot cone. I believe Malachi's in melee range and Bonnie's in melee range. And I think the rest of you are behind cover and yes, the 15-foot cone. The DC is excuse me. The DC is 12.
It's Dex.
It is Dex, yes.
I don't even need to
Dexterity
check what
saving
my
throw.
dex is. I just rolled a 17.
I got a 19 on the die for a 22.
Let's see what my dex is. My dex is high, because monk shit.
And on a successful save, you take half damage, which is 2d6. And many of the animals that are small and or smaller are going to simply be engulfed in flame, as they can't dodge. That's going to be 5 fire damage.
Is that already halved for passing?
That is halved, yes.
Oh, there's half damage.
And of the animals, the brown rat, the barn owl, and the canary all are engulfed in flame.
Yeah, I think any animal that isn't special is gone. Should be gone.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Oh, there's more animals. There's just not that many in the way. So those are all dead, and he is going to. That's an action, and he is going to. He's going to try and roll deception as he cries for help. And he just simply exclaims, "Someone get in here, that's right!" And he rolls... I guess it'd just be random people trying to perceive him. Oh, wow. He rolls a 22. We'll see what that changes later. Now it is Bonnie's turn.
All right, I'm going to take another swing at this guy.
Go for it.
That is a 17 plus 5 for 22.
That definitely hits.
Let's see if I can't do more damage this time. That's a little better. It's a 3 and a 2, so for 5 damage. And then I'm going to...
He is bloodied.
Do I have flurry of blows yet? I don't think I do. No. But I am gonna bonus action unarmed strike.
Go for it.
That's a 19.
That hits.
And what is unarmed strike? Is it just strength plus D4?
I think so.
Okay.
Unless you're a higher level monk, but you're level
The
1.
martial
so.
arts die is a D6, but I don't know if that counts. That's 4.
4 total?
Yep. Oh,
Sweet.
plus strength. Sorry. What is my strength? That's a 4. My strength is a 0.
Got it. As you punch him and you see a bit of blood start to drip out of his nostril and slit down his mouth, as he's clearly taking the brunt of this damage and not handling it well, but taking it. Next up at the top of the order is Malachi.
And now it's back to the old wrench.
Go for it.
Gonna beat him about the face. That's gonna be an 18 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
And that will be 6 bludgeoning damage.
Your wrench clatters against his snout, drawing more blood spattering out to the left of him as he is looking almost mortally wounded. Next up, if that's all, is Will.
Okay.
Yep.
Will's gonna Eldritch Blast again.
Got it.
Eldritch Blast.
And is what? That is 14 plus 6 is a 20. Dirty 20. 1d10 force.
Dirty 20 is, of course, going to hit.
D10. Yeah. That's 10.
A 10. Wow, that's going to do a lot of damage. He is looking absolutely mortally wounded. He looks like a breath may be his last in the next coming, as an eldritch evocation is sent into him, doing concussive damage. Next up is Rim. What's up? Nothing at me.
Rim is annoyed that he's trying to call for help, and because he just doesn't like him. And he's going to attempt to fire an ice knife, like, directly at his throat.
Damn! Go ahead. Okay, what is that roll? Is that a DC to save?
It's both.
No, it's an attack roll and then a save.
Yeah. Well, it's on a hit, the target takes damage, and then even if it misses, it explodes, and then he has to make a dex saving throw.
Okay, you may hit an animal or two. Are you comfortable with that?
It explodes for how far?
5 feet.
I'll say you hit. You may hit the ape, who can technically probably take that damage.
And
They're
you're
not
definitely
going
gonna hit
to.
me and Malachi too, but whatever.
Yeah, they're both in melee range.
So what do you want to do?
Oh, no, I'm still attacking.
You still ice knifing?
Well, that's a 21 to hit.
Okay, that definitely hits. I want you to know he had a
And
parry ability that he couldn't use a single time because y'all rolled too high.
that's so funny.
It would have added 2 to his
Um,
AC, but that doesn't matter if you roll way too high.
it's 5 damage from the actual pierce, and then it's 6 cold damage.
With
What's the
6
save?
extra damage, you blast a ice knife into his throat, exploding and completely severing his head.
Hell yeah.
His head
Fuck that
pops
shit.
off like a fire rocket, and he drops dead to the floor, almost frozen from the damage, where his blood would be trickling normally. As
Rem is
I'm
guard,
going to
as
turn
2
and-
guards walk in, slicing their way through the knotted tarp door.
I'm turning.
2 guards walk in and say, "What the hell happened here?"
This old bastard tried to kill us.
Hold on. And he was definitely illegally impelting and expelting these animals. I mean, look at some of these
We
supposed whales.
we came in here looking for a simple pet, and shit came falling from the sky. He said, "Oh hell!"
I'll say roll deception with advantage. Yeah, roll deception with advantage.
Let's see, that's a 14 plus 14 plus I'm proficient in deception, so that's 18.
18 with a natural 2, that's going to do it. Both guards, well, I guess both guards have, that's fine.
We just killed Joe Exotic.
This man had how many animals up there?
Look at them all. Poor things. Came. He tried to burn us alive for Pete's sake.
By Bahamut.
And some of these aren't even animals.
Figured out his secret.
I mean, some of these are sentient. They are.
Yes.
They could be knowledgeable. It's effectively human trafficking. Well, not human, but manticore.
The cockatrice is actively eating the dragonborn's dead body. And the pelican is just hanging around as if nothing happened.
Bonnie pets the cockatrice on the head while it's.
The cockatrice is simply eating away as if it's been starved, and is getting its full helping. The guards simply say, "Oh, this is going to be a whole fucking day's worth of." Okay, well, thank you for your services.
How much paperwork would it be if these things simply were delivered home?
Being a guard in a town full of pirates, he closes the tarp back behind him, and he says, "All right, what are we talking here?"
Well, obviously the smaller ones that can do no damage could simply be set free here and now, and no one would care. But some of the larger ones, the manticore, maybe even the blink dog, they need somewhere to go. And do you honestly think that anyone here is going to give you an honest way of taking care of it? At least we would be humane. Look at what he was doing to these animals. You can see the scars and the missing fur, and he was being an asshole.
Oh yeah, among the broken cages are also all of the flogging tool.
Mm-hmm. Ezra's
Um,
trying to free and pet as many non-dangerous creatures as he can.
Ezra's trying to free and pet all the creatures.
All the non-dangerous ones.
Non-dangerous, please note.
Ezra is go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage for me. But among the animals that are still alive are the tabby cat.
18.
Is that persuasion or animal handling?
18. Oh, well,
You roll.
good point.
Ezra would roll persuasion, or Ezra would roll animal handling.
Ah.
But Bonnie's rolling persuasion with advantage.
Ah.
For the guard. Got it.
Yes. The tabby cat is still alive because I would never kill a cat. Don't use it against me, please. The fox pup is alive, and the hedgehog's alive.
So what we're saying is next time we play and Jordan's DMing all Tabaxi Party. Okay, that's awesome.
Among the enchanted animals, the void finch, while it is not... Oh, actually, go ahead and roll animal handling. Sorry, I didn't listen to what your roll was.
I did
It
21
was
for
an
the
11.
persuasion, by the way.
Sorry, it was over each other. What'd you say?
Ladies first.
21 for the persuasion.
Got it.
And 11 for animal handling.
Got it. The guard acknowledges you and says, if I take these animals, they're going into the Inquisition's cargo. They're going to probably Iberica, or not Iberica, Iberica? Britain? They're going to...
I mean, Los
Royal
Angeles
Capital.
would still have been Spain at that point because they'd have taken most of Mexico over to the border. So, like, it would be Iberica.
Got it. They'll just be taken to Iberica and used as circus animals. So, might as well. I mean, less paperwork for me if there's no animals to document anyway. And I call the canary, and he grabs the canary's cage. Wait, I said the canary died. I call the pigeon, and he grabs the pigeon, and he says, "I'm going to train it to be a carrier pigeon."
Wow.
And they of the animal. Oh, but he says, "Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to. I guess, I don't know, take what you want, and the less you leave, the more I don't write down. So go for that." And he takes the tarp and he opens it and he closes it and he's standing. You can see his feet underneath the. Him and his patriot are standing guard, waiting for y'all to be done and so they can conclude their business cleaning up. And animal handling. The animals that are left, besides the domesticated ones that you could probably pet very casually, there was a second wing-clipped cockatrice that is just hanging around. The fire lizard, the salamander, sorry, is also just letting you pet it, although the heat and flames are very hard to endure, although you are a turtle, so I'm not sure if that's something that you'd casually be able to tank, but The void finch is just simply, it hasn't even left its crate that's open. Is just standing there, and it looks as if it's simply waiting to be put in open air again, and it seemingly will not do anything until it does.
If the finch will allow, I will open its little cage and hold out a finger. It's like, hey, little buddy, come on out. Yeah. No one's gonna hurt you anymore. Dr. E's got you. Come on. Come on.
The void finch actually looks at you, Rim, and it cocks its head to the left.
Oh, hey there, buddy. You seeing the stars too?
It begins to sing a faint melody to you.
Do I recognize it?
Do you recognize the melody? You don't recognize the melody, although it does seem to be, while it is staring at you, it's specifically staring at your pocket.
Huh. Oh, I bet it likes this thing. And he like reaches in and grabs the chunk of resin or whatever it is and pulls it out.
The resin glows with a uh, iridescent shimmer of the white specks all over it, as well as the sheen of the orange and orangish yellowish, sort of a polished sheen, like I said, and it begins to sing a little bit louder, melodically, as the resin is brought out.
I think it likes that stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy, right? I was gonna give it to you because it was supposed to be incense, but it's like not incense.
Does it does it have any special effects?
I mean, it's kind of shiny.
This is true.
That's the void finch. The cursed toad, while it is friendly, it of course is poisonous. So if you do touch it, you get a sense that you will not like touching it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like one of the non-dangerous ones.
And the pelican. Sorry, my cat's attacking something. The pelican is just hanging around.
I'm just curious as to the likelihood of keeping a wing-clipped cockatrice as a pet. They aren't super big.
Oh, these ones I meant to describe as being like chicken sized.
I think
When you say cockatrice, we talking like the little demon dragon?
The little wyvern chocobo?
Yeah.
I should have been more descriptive. I meant to describe them as being chicken sized.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, all we'd have to do is, make sure it doesn't bite anybody, and we're great.
Would
If
you
you want to
rather fight
roll,
5 chicken-sized dragons or 1 dragon-sized chicken?
Let me go make
if you
sure
wanna-
what Will wants out of these animals, too. I'm going to see what Susie's doing real quick. She's got to run to the other room.
Among the other animals are the blink dog pup, who is still cowering in the corner, frightened by any sort of fast movements. It acts as a normal dog. Characteristics that vary are it looks to be nearly hairless, which is natural for a blink dog pup. And oh my god, my cats are bounding up and down the stairs. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
They're sort of golden brown, short fur patches along its body, with long pointed ears. They're typically playful and compassionate, but this one specifically has clearly been traumatized.
I think as Ezra gets around to the blink dog, he's going to kind of get down really low near it and pull some rations out of his bag.
Oh, Bonnie's already on that. Bonnie went straight for the blink dog as soon as that guy was.
He'll probably just join you.
Yeah.
The blink dog gleefully snatches the food away as soon as it's offered. It clearly could use it. Blink dogs understand Sylvan?
Oh, well, yeah. Ezra will just go in Sylvan. Hey, little buddy. Don't worry, we've killed the little bad man. He's not gonna hurt you anymore.
Hey. I don't. The fire. He would always use the fire.
Don't you worry.
He would tell me to dance with the fire.
Bonnie's gonna kneel down and hold out one hand, out like you're supposed to for a dog, open and.
You roll animal handling.
Okay.
Oh, just to help, I'll be like, don't worry. They're a friend. They're not gonna hurt you either.
So 16, if Ezra's
wow.
helping. 14 if Ezra wasn't.
Double fives, wow.
Yeah, I was helping.
It has advantage on smell checks, so it was smelling you. But it did a horrible job, so. It, through its clearly damaged nose, it smells your hand and gets some whiff of your seemingly undead aura, but besides that, it just seems to acknowledge you as it does a typical customer that is being displayed to it.
Does it look like it's currently hurt? Other than members
Yes, it does have a limp in its left leg, in its back left leg.
Ezra's going to produce. He's going to reach into his pocket, pull out this white, creamy looking salve, and smells nice. Smells nice. All natural ingredients, and he's going to say, you seem to be hurt there, little buddy. How about you let Dr. E fix you up a little bit? And if he's willing, I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on the little fella.
Oh, that is much better. Thank you.
Just gently spread the salve over it and give it 11 points of HP back, and hopefully, as magical healing does, should cure some of its surface wounds and stuff.
It appears to have revitalized its back leg, and it begins to just barely wag its tail as it's been shown compassion, and it hasn't been shown compassion in quite a long time.
Yeah.
So
how would you like to come back with me? I'll make sure no one hurts you again, huh?
I don't know what you asked it, but ask it if it would like to see the world with us. Outside of this cage.
No, I was actually making a very similar offer. Asking if you'd like to come back with us. And,
will there be fire?
not if we can help it. And we're going to be on a ship on the water, and we get to see lots of different places, and we'd like to avoid fires on the ship as much as possible.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Oh, I do not like fire. Water is much better. Water is cleaning. Water is life-bringing. Thank you.
Look up and everyone else. Poor little guy's terrified of fire. That bastard, and he turns and spits on the shopkeep. Used to threaten him and burn him with fire as a training. So I'm going to go and open Pickett's lock and open the cage.
Yeah, it fully understanding you, walks up to you and sits by your feet. It simply looks up at you and I guess waits a command.
I'm going to say open up his jacket, show like one large pouch. Go. One upsies.
I believe these are medium-sized creatures.
Oh, never mind.
This
stay
is
down there.
Probably the size of a pit bull.
Yeah, no upsies. For some reason, I was picturing it as like a pup. I thought
I did say blink.
Much smaller.
You're so right. I said blink dog pup. It's like it's a younger pup. That's right. I did say that. So we'll say it's it literally says small fey next to this next to the descriptor. Sorry.
Okay.
And it hops up in your coat pocket, and it's two handfuls, but it fits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you see Ezra's gonna kind of close his little coat a bit. You just see a little head peeked up over the little opening of the coat.
Wonderful.
There we go, little buddy. Do you have a name?
I was called many things by Master, and he called me what was it? The most common name for me was bastard.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I thought it might be something like that. Well, we'll think of something along the way.
Okay. I at least know I am Blink Dog. Everyone that comes to my cage says Blink Dog.
Yes, you are a blink dog. Did you ever get the chance to spend time with your parents before that one found you?
I don't know parents.
Oh, poor thing. That's all right. You're gonna come with us and start a whole new adventure, whole new life. It's gonna be amazing. Plenty of treats, plenty of water. Uh, Ezra
Okay.
is cradling this blink dog as if he has found his new life mission.
I can't believe I didn't research the understand Sylvan.
So what do manticore? Is there anything manticores understand?
Question.
Manticores.
They may be dumb, but they know what love is.
They are intelligent. Um,
Mhm. Mm.
sorry, I'm researching. It speaks.
Okay.
Oh, it speaks common.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess they are kind of sphinx-like. So it kind of makes sense that they're usually guardians of temples and paths. So they would speak.
Will tries to read the body language of the manticore child, like showing fear or curiosity.
It's really resplendent um and kind of dormant. It doesn't look like it doesn't look nearly as hurt as the others. It just kind of looks like it's if it were a person, it'd just be kind of sitting there like just standing. It doesn't seem to have any malfeasance towards any of you. Um,
All right, sorry, had to wait. Um, Will slowly approaches the child and kind of kneels down to their level. Hi, my name is Will. Are you okay?
um, I am referred to as a mentor, and I have been in this cage for quite some time.
Right, so you're not really a child then.
I am young for a manticore.
Right. Well, it sounds like you have enough sense of self to make your own decisions. Would you like us to help you along your way to find your way home? Or would you rather go about your own business?
If I am released, I can fly to my home.
Right. Well, if you need any aid from us, please don't hesitate to let me know. Here to help how I can.
Um, do you have food?
Well, it depends on what you consider food.
In the past, I have been fed legs of goats.
Goat, I'm not sure I have, but I have a ration.
Uh, perhaps this will do.
So I take a ration out of my pack and gently and slowly hand it over.
It carefully sort of paws it open, and begins to lick at that seemingly identifiable protein. And it simply grabs it, and uses it, razor-like tongue to lick it to shreds, as a lion typically would. It regards you as you back away, and it says, "Thank you."
Of course.
May I eat? I kept
Sorry, may you
Do
eat
you-
what again?
my captor.
Oh, by all
Is-
means. As long as has anyone looted his body yet?
No, no one has looted his body at all,
Yeah.
which I'm surprised by. Honestly.
Okay. Just one moment,
You
please.
left us in a room full of animals. Very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just one moment, please, and I'll go over and loot the body.
In the body, you find. One moment. You find 50 gold pieces in a pouch, as well as a short whip and a scimitar. And
Okay, unmuted myself, and then I need to take out one ration. Where are you? Okay. So that's... Can't see shit. 9 days of rations now, and now you said 50 gold?
50 gold. A short whip. You see 2 vials of a beast calming draught. It essentially casts calm emotions on beasts for about an hour. And you see a ledger with names of black market clients and buyers.
Okay, and so calming draught. Hold on. Why do you suck? I hate the typing ability on these new sheets. Low.
I want you all to know it's completely in the plans for y'all to do this.
It was or wasn't?
Was.
Okay. But say, if it wasn't, then you don't know us at all.
Listen, I was like, the way that they were just so obviously horrible. Like, there's no way that they were going to survive.
I had a whole nighttime heist if you decided to do it at night.
Okay, was that it?
am the moonshine. Did you get the ledger with names of black market clients
Yep.
and buyers? Yes, that's it.
Okay.
There's also, I think you freed all of the animals, right?
The ones that weren't dangerous.
We freed
Yeah.
all the
The ones that weren't going
ones, and we
to
took all the
immediately jump out of their cage and attempt to, claw us all to death.
The only ones that can do damage are the fire salamander and the cursed toad, which is also just a poisonous toad.
They will be left for these lovely guards to deal with, probably.
You
Unless
actually
they
see the alchemical vendor poke her head in and say, I spoke with the guards. I hope it's okay. Um, how do I say this? Can I have the toad?
Oh, what? Yeah, sure.
I've been eyeing the toad for some time, but he's always been very adamant that I specifically have to pay a larger sum than others.
Oh, that's no good. How much? What was he trying to charge you?
He said that uh, because I was an alchemist, I had to pay 500 gold.
Oh, that's just highway robbery.
I know,
We'll
and
let
I
you have
just
it for 200 gold.
and it secretes the poison completely painless. It's wonderful for alchemical solutions. You'd think that at least let me take a vial now and then, but he charged me 100 just for a vial.
It can be very, very valuable. Ezra peeks into his pocket at all the new vials that he has. Very valuable indeed.
Oh, and he sees you peek into she sees you peek into your pocket and says, perhaps a potion could be in order."
Potions could be useful.
Now I know that he was offering normal buyers. What was it? Hold on. The toad was going for 100 gold pieces. I could give you perhaps a couple potions of perhaps maybe equal or some value.
You know what? I know I don't want to. I probably. Ezra could use a poisonous frog for
Okay.
alchemical purposes,
Then
but it's not
then
trying to keep
perhaps
a menagerie.
okay. It's up to you.
Yeah, so some the group. Anyone have any healing potions on hand? If not, a couple of those will go a long way. Save my staff for later.
Perhaps even just a vial would do
Oh,
of its secretions.
uh, be my guest. Go ahead and get a vial. But
And she
yeah,
takes gloves out from her side apron and dons them and comes over with a little vial and very gently squeezes the toad and near the poisonous secretions drip in. And she goes into her bag of potions and she takes out I have some. You know what? It's a service you've done. Here, take greater healing potion.
well, thank you very much. This will be very useful.
And feel free to come by my bargain bin of unmarked potions if you so choose. 10 gold pieces for a random potion, and they're all unlabeled. It's no telling what they'll do, but still, I need to get rid of them. So
Interesting. I will keep that in mind.
you roll a d20 and you get a random potion. Just so you know, I have a whole chart. Thank you. And he immediately goes to the head and throws it up and scarfs it down. And then begins to, he just lays down on all fours like a lion would, and just grabs a hold of the leg and starts grabbing at the thigh meat.
Good eating.
About this time, the guard sticks a head in and says, "Are y'all about done in here?" Because I mean, there was a commotion, so we gotta look like we're doing something.
I'd say so. You can tell your superiors that the illegal animal merchants, his stock got loose and ate him alive.
I mean, yeah,
All the paperwork for you.
looks like that happened anyway. So,
Yep.
I mean, hey, we don't have to put a body in the grave if there's nobody there. So, thank you. And he begins sort of wrapping up all the materials. He says, these shopping locations are pretty popular. I might even get some goldfish for offering to rent it out. And that is the end of Varesh Talvin. We want to call it there.
Yes, that'd be a
Yeah.
good time to call it.
I'm like waiting.
Thank you for.
The rest should make better choices.
That would be.
Oh, this was lovely.
Yes, thank
We
you,
now have
Jordan.
a
That was
new-
fun.
Yes, thank you.
A new menagerie. There's a blink dog and a cockatrice, I believe.
Blink dog, a cockatrice,
And a finch.
of the void finch, and
Is the
the
Manticore
pelican's
coming
still
with us?
there, but you don't get a vibe that he's just going to stick around.
It can fly back home.
I feel like the
Oh,
pelican
okay.
is going to fly back to Paul. I think next session I'll probably stick a letter in its mouth and send it back to my father. To see if it even works that way.
Oh, did anyone take the Void Finch?
No, the
I
void
believe
finch is
Rimjob.
just sitting
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Because-
That's right. The
It
void
wanted
finch
rim
is
jobs
singing.
resin.
Oh, okay.
The void finch is singing to Rim Job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure it wasn't being left behind.
No, we got the void finch, we got the cockatrice, we got the blank dog, and what else was it?
Um,
The poison frog.
No.
Yes, the frog.
She came
you're
for
keeping
the
the
toad,
frog,
didn't
so yeah, the poison frog.
They gave the secretions to
Which
her.
I have
Oh.
some random stats that I
milk
drummed
frog.
up for the poison frog, so I'll need to give those to you if you want to use it
As
for
your kept
fighting.
for chemical purposes.
Probably for studying.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we will definitely need a bigger ship.
Okay. We'll need a bigger
Thank you
boat.
for an amazing session. This was great. Another great session.
I'm glad. Not gonna lie, I didn't think that the pet heist was gonna be the whole session, but it was, and that's fine. I love that.
You get to save
don't
all
fuck with
all
animals
those
in
notes
front of me. I will
next
kill
week.
people.
Yeah,
But
that was
we
the
have,
plan. The whole plan.
we have a very sleepy,
Sorry,
fussy baby.
that wasn't the precise plan. You could have done whatever you wanted. I would have had.
Take-
Never mind. I'm not telling you what I'm doing.
Close it out, put it on pirate endings for a second, and then
Good night, guys.
Stay here. Night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Pirate ending. Sorry, I didn't know it was going to be an ugly screen before.
we're done with the screen. Bye.
Oops.
Bye.
Bye.